Next step is opening up the side here and seeing if I can check out the magneto, seeing if it's getting proper connection to the flywheel. Okay, that's the next step. Use the tool that came with your chainsaw, or if you've lost that, you can probably just get a star bit. Loosen all these up. Be right back after I get it all undone. Alright, got all the screws off. Now, I'm going to get this housing off. Now that's dirty. It's very possible that there's too much gunk built up over the magneto, which is right here, to get contact. Just make sure the flywheel spins. Yeah. Flywheel spinning okay. So we're going to check out the magneto. Use the same star tool that came with your chainsaw. Looks like just 2 bolts holding it on. Okay, switching over to filming with my iPhone 5S here. My GoPro Hero 2 HD just lost battery. Keep on saying I'm going to buy a new battery, but it hasn't happened yet. So, continuing to unscrew the magneto. Check out its connectivity with the flywheel. The top screw here goes through what looks like a, well, appears to be a green wire. I'm guessing ground, but I really don't know these things. So, make sure that when you put it back, you go back through that before it's screwed into the body of the magneto. Alright. Set you down, hopefully with a view of things. Continue figuring this out. Pretty dirty, but that should have made contact. We're going to go ahead and scrub it up just because I happen to have a wire brush here. I figured there'd be 2 contact points. See that? I sure didn't. It was completely covered by gunk. second contact point on the magneto was completely covered up by debris and gunk. It's not rusted, it was just dirty. You know what, if I had done that first, instead of taking apart the carburetor, I might not have had to take apart the carburetor. But I learned a few things, so it's all good. I'll go ahead and knock all this debris out from in here. Clean off the flywheel as well. I'm going to continue to clean this out a little bit, and I'll be back. Alright, we've got things cleaned up with the magneto and flywheel enough to have pretty much perfect contact. So I'm going to reinstall everything. Remember, this screw goes through this wire connection here into the body of the magneto, so don't forget to do that when you're putting things back together. Alright, set you down, let you watch from here. Connect this screw first to hold things in place. There we go. Got a bit of a confession to make. See all this debris I got out of here? Some of it is sawdust and oil, but it looks like a very good percentage of it is actually dirt. Remember, we had used this saw to get some roots out that we couldn't chip through with a shovel easily enough. So I think that the dirt particulate got up inside the flywheel compartment and gunked up over the magneto, and it lost spark. It couldn't keep electrical contact. So pretty sure putting this all back together, get some fresh gas in it, it will crank over again. But, time will tell very soon. What's really kind of irritating about this is that the dealership told us it was the carburetor. Told us the carburetor was shot, that we needed a new one. If they had just taken this apart, they would have seen what would happen. It pays to figure things out on your own. Sometimes it pays a couple $100. Flywheel still spinning. Let's check it. a little bit tight. Alright, so that's the next step, is actually adjusting the magneto. Unscrew this front one just a little bit, and then go ahead and unscrew the back one a little bit too. Then you just kind of wedge it out a little bit. Put it against its flat surface. Let me show you something. See that right there? That part of the flywheel? That is magnetic. Pretty strong magnet too. So when the flywheel spins around, it goes across the magneto connections, and so creates the electromagnet charge that goes through into the spark plug and ignites the gasoline and keeps everything spinning. So anyways, you got to make sure that the magneto connections are actually touching that magnet when it spins around. But you don't want to put pressure against it to keep the flywheel from spinning freely. Just the right amount of pressure. So I'm going to have to hold it in place with my thumb as I'm tightening it. Got the magneto reattached, taken off, cleaned, and reattached. Got it adjusted so that the flywheel can spin freely. Now we just need to put the housing back on it. Should be easy enough. And stick some fresh gas in it and crank it over, see what happens. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Right. Well, got the carburetor put back on. Took off the pull cord assembly and found the magneto was absolutely filthy. So cleaned that up real good. Scrubbed the connectors and got the dirt and debris out. Now we're going to gas it up. We're going to use True Fuel, engineered fuel and oil 41 mix. This is for leaf blowers, chainsaws, and weed eaters that are 2-cycle. If you have a 4-cycle weed eater or a lawnmower, use just the straight engineered fuel without the oil. This doesn't have ethanol in it. That's the whole point. When you're dealing with small engines, ethanol is a killer. It will destroy the carburetor and start to eat away at the gas lines too. Ethanol burns at a much higher rate, much higher temperature than gasoline does. So that causes unnecessary wear and tear on all the parts of the engine. So that's why you want to use something like this. True Fuel is not paying me as a sponsor for my videos. They're welcome to if they like. My contact information is somewhere on this page, I'm sure. And I'm just promoting it because I like the product and it's good for my engines. So I figured I'd let my friends know about it. Okay, now we're going to try it out, see if it starts. Let me sit you down somewhere that you can watch. Okay. Cool thing about this chainsaw, the STIHL chainsaw, the MS210C, is it has the pull assist. Some people call it the granny assist because even a granny can get it started. Ooh, that sounded good. Check that out. On the stump. This is a very famous stump here.